Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Wednesday, January 24th, 2018. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka Pivot Boss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Right now, trending steadily higher, continuing to push to new highs, higher lows. We've yet to see a pullback to the PIMA trigger zone since November. The last few times it's been shy of testing that level or that zone. And so again, even if we do get a pullback right now, this has been such a bullish index. A lot of the components very vertical right now that you've been seeing lots of sideways types of behavior instead of full-on pullbacks. We'll see how much of any type of rotation or counter trend rotation we see. If we do see a counter trend rotation, again, is an opportunity for a nice buy opportunity back to new highs. Overall, the market has slowed down quite a bit. We have a very narrow range overall for the day so far, heading into RTH 10.75 handles of overnight range. That's 45% of ADR on a 10-day basis. And that could signal that we may see some sort of at least one day stop run day where you can take out multiple day lows, that type of situation. And so anytime it slows down, sometimes you need to auction lower to entice buyers to come back in and defend the trend. But overall, still trending up for the ES. If we take a look at the NQ, we're getting very similar behavior. Very bullish start to the year. Continues to push to new highs here, 6,900 with an LVN there on a massive rally. Right now we have a very narrow couple of days that are playing out. Today already 43% of ADR has been averaging about 72 points per day, and right now we're at 31.25 entering RTH. Again, any pullback, especially into this LVN, could still be a great buy opportunity for a push to new highs. Anything back into the trigger zone of the PIMAs would be ideal, or even this major LVN, that would be ideal. But this market has been very unidirectional without much, if any, counter trend rotation. So those types of options are basically off the table until the market can demonstrate that it can pull back for any amount of time. So right now, again, failed new lows are a good way to go. Defending short-term LVNs, previous breakout highs are also very important, and that is about the best we can do or hope for at the moment. So we'll continue with that until proven otherwise. Taking a look here at gold futures. Gold, we were looking for another squeeze up based off of its behavior. We knew that if it could hold 1330 here, which is the FOMC key level from 2016, that one right there, based off of this trend of this and the intensity of this trend, this current pullback and the way it was holding for a couple of days, a few days here, was very suggestive that bears are coming in, they're being absorbed, and the stops were likely coming out into 1354. So today we have hit 1354, very nice continuation, or getting very close to that level. Again, we also talked about the top end of the next key level, which would be this level right here, 1362s. That is still above to be reached as well. So overall, still trending up, pullback still to be defended as we approach 1362s. If we take a look at crude oil, crude oil has been very bullish. We talked about 63s. Any rotation into 63, a trap could offer a $2 buy into 65. So far, we've gotten as high as 64.88. Which basically surpasses the recent highs here. Recent highs over here were 64.89, so it was right at it. Inside day today, very narrow overall, 39% of ADR heading into RTH, but still has an upward flow to it. Again, as we mentioned before, this was a pretty strong bullish trending move here without much, if any, counter trend rotations, just kind of quiet pauses and continuations. So it would not surprise me here if we start to see another push down on a failed new high above 65. That could bring it down. A buy back off of this failed new low can bring it up, and all of a sudden we formed a bit of a range here, similar to what we saw here, before we see the next major move. That is just one possibility if the market fails to see acceptance above 65s. Right now, this is a pullback in an uptrend. So again, that 66.48 could be the next target above, and that's the key range from the intraday time frame. Let's take a look here at XBT. The CBOE Bitcoin futures here. Basically, this one, there's the rejection day right there. You got this key range low right here. Those are the most important key levels on the board right now, short term, as bulls attempt to create rejection below this recent low. Bulls right now trying to defend the midpoint of this rejection day. It's very rare that you see price close below the rejection day mid and not go down and find a new low. I mean, usually in my head, it's like 1 out of 10 times you'll see the market close below that mid and not grab that low and instead turn around and go. So this would be significant, but what tends to happen is on the next move down, it can be a higher low, it could be a double bottom, it could be a failed new low. Those all can classify as rejections that would lead you back to value. And so that's something to keep in mind here with this low here. And now we're sitting right at 11,300, 11,290. That's the most important key level on the board for bulls right now. If they can maintain price above that level, there's a good shot to get price back toward 1,600, 1,590. So that's something that's actively developing right now. But again, as I mentioned before, after every major sell-off, the buyers have stepped in, but it's been very muted. And that's what's led to another big rotation down. So right now, I would say bulls are doing just enough to keep the boat afloat here. But overall, bears have had control. Really quickly here, a news announcement for today. If you take a look at PivotBoss.com, go to news. It's currently trading techniques for 2018, which is the third item. By the time I post this pre-market report, it's going to bump it down. So go to read our blog here. And the fourth one down would be trading techniques for 2018. This webinar series is today. There's a lot of speakers on deck. It starts at 12 o'clock p.m. Central Time. If you click this link right here, you can register. Dan Cook of Nadex is going to be first up. Randy Howell of Trader State of Mind is next. You have Thomas Barman of Never Lost Trading after that. Matt Brown of Newbie Trader. Carly Garner of DeCarly Trading will be in the 3 o'clock time slot. And then I'll be in the final leg there, 3:45 to 4:30 p.m. That's Frank Ochoa with Pivot Boss, executing precision swing trading tech opportunities. So that's the last one there. If you want to register, again, it's at the top and bottom here. Again, I think this thing may fill up, but go ahead and get in there and register if you can. So that'll be what we'll be going after later on this afternoon. Should be a big, long, fun event. I'll be a part of it. Looking forward to seeing what these other pros have to say. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this plays out. Talk to you soon. Take care.